Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes. Welcome. What a great turnout. Thank you all so much for being with us on this very special occasion. Before I introduce our first speaker, I wanted to take a moment to recognize special guests who join us on this occasion. First, we are deeply honored to have with us United States Secretary of Commerce, the Honorable Penny Pritzer. Welcome, Madam Secretary. We're also pleased to have here with us the Director of Manufacturing Technology in the Office of the Assistant Deputy Secretary of Defense, Ms. Adele Ratcliff. Welcome to you. I'm also very pleased to have with us today three representatives of America Makes. First, Mr. Ralph Resnick, President and Executive Director of the National Center for Defense Manufacturing and Machining, and founding director of America Makes. Ralph, welcome. The Vice President and Chief Technology Officer, Mr. Randy Gilmore. There you are. Dr. Kevin Crean, Deputy Director of Technology Transition. Welcome. And all of the other members of the America Makes team who are with us today. Thank you all very much for joining us. 15 years ago, the University of Texas at El Paso made a strategic investment in the first of many 3D printers for academic researchers to support the developing twin plant or maquiladora industry in our region. Aggressively pursuing UTEP's mission to create opportunities for talented Hispanic students in a historically undereducated border region, UTEP invested heavily in developing quality engineering programs focused on advanced manufacturing research. Today, we confidently boast of having the best equipped university 3D printing facility in the world, the WMKEC Center for 3D Innovation. UTEP is very proud to play a major role in improving the 3D printing capabilities of the United States and increasing our global manufacturing competitiveness. We're especially proud that we are doing this while also ensuring that our predominantly Hispanic students, representing this nation's fastest growing population segment, will be at the forefront of these important 21st century developments. With us to celebrate this very special announcement is a strong supporter of the University of Texas at El Paso, who has deep knowledge and appreciation for this region's capacity, not only to compete successfully on a global level, but to emerge as a leading center for continuous innovation and the value creation in a 21st century knowledge-based economy. I am so pleased to welcome a strong ally, good friend, Beto O'Rourke, Congressman.
President Natalicio, thank you for the very kind introduction. I was hoping you were introducing me when you said all those nice things, and then you in fact said my name at the end of that. Congratulations on the tremendous success that you have had, thanks to your leadership, the risk that you have taken, a risk that has paid off and really reflected so positively on this community and given us some extraordinary opportunities. Dr. Wicker, congratulations to you as well for your leadership and for assembling the team that could make this happen. It's my pleasure now to introduce Penny Pritzer, who is the Secretary of Commerce for the United States, someone with whom I have had many conversations about national policy and its implication for El Paso, and someone who now, because she spent the better part of the day with us, I have found to be every bit as passionate about this community, about the opportunities that are unique to El Paso Juarez, and to know that we have the interest, the attention, the focus, and the investment of the federal government through Secretary Pritzer. You are a true friend to this community, to the University of Texas at El Paso, and we are so grateful that you're here. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Secretary Penny Pritzer.
Well, Dr. Natalicio, thank you so much for having me, and for UTEP for hosting us today and for welcoming us to the Keck Center for 3D Innovation. I also want to recognize all the partners from the Department, all of our partners, those from the Department of Defense and from the America Makes Institute. Thank you for being here today. It's an honor to be here with Congressman Beto O'Rourke. As the Congressman said, I've gotten to know him over the past several months as we've discussed the benefits of trade and global commerce to the businesses, to the workers, and to the families of El Paso and of this region. And I appreciate not only his deep desire to understand the complex policy debates that we've engaged in, but his deep connection to this community, your community. As a young man working in what was then the new internet technology field, Congressman O'Rourke could have pursued a career in anything and done it anywhere. Yet he decided to return home to start a company that employs local workers and provides internet services to local households. In the private sector, he sought to strengthen El Paso. In Congress, he strives to do exactly the same thing. He's utilizing the creativity and energy he needed to start and grow his business, to fight for the best interests of his constituents, to spur prosperity for his hometown, and to promote the competitiveness of our entire country. President Obama and our administration share Congressman O'Rourke's commitment to American competitiveness. To uphold this commitment, the President laid out a vision to put our nation on the cutting edge of manufacturing and innovation, and to keep the United States on the leading edge of research and new industries. A key component of that vision came to life when the National Network of Manufacturing Innovation, or NNMI, an initiative that brings public, private, and educational institutions under one roof to translate promising discoveries into American-made products that can be sold around the globe. 3 years ago, our first NNMI Institute opened its doors in Youngstown, Ohio, called America Makes. This institute taps into the expertise of universities, community colleges, businesses, and NGOs to translate the promise of 3D printing into new products and technologies. Today, America Makes is thriving, growing from 65 founding members to 142 private sector, academic, and nonprofit partners. The center's research is yielding new patents. Participating companies like General Electric are investing millions of dollars in 3D printing technologies. The FDA recently approved a 3D printed medical device developed at the Institute for use with patients. And one America Makes project will reduce the cost of 3D printing metals by a factor of 4. The America Makes partnership is a model for how innovative leaders in different sectors are working together to place America at the forefront of new, fast-expanding industry. And for the past 15 years, the Keck Center has built a model in the same field, emerging as a leader in 3D printing research, discovery, and commercialization. This center has partnered with other educational institutions, major corporations, and startups. This center has brought faculty and students together to explore the possibilities of additive manufacturing, drawing from the knowledge in fields like materials science, chemistry, electronics, and more. This center's remarkable expertise has made it a natural partner for America Makes. And today, we are formalizing that relationship by officially cutting the ribbon on the Keck Center as the first satellite campus of the America Makes Institute. This partnership is exactly what President Obama had in mind when he established NNMI, to plant the seeds of advanced manufacturing in one community and spur growth across the country, and to build the roots of research in places like Youngstown and El Paso in order to strengthen these cities as hubs of innovation, trade, and commerce. The work of America Makes and the Keck Center advance key goals of our economic agenda: to spur American competitiveness and to ensure the next great revolution in manufacturing happens right here in the United States of America. Thank you very much.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Adele Ratcliff, Director of Manufacturing Technology from the Office of the Secretary of Defense.
Wow, good afternoon. It is great to be here with you today. I want to thank Secretary Pritzer for her remarks. Thank you, Dr. Natalicio, for the introduction. UTEP for hosting us here today. There is a lot of great activity ongoing behind us here at the Keck Center, and it is good to be here with you. When I was flying in from Dallas-Fort Worth yesterday, through Dallas-Fort Worth into here, there is a lot of space in the state of Texas between there and here. In reflection, in preparation for today, I was like, it is appropriate that we stand here today in El Paso, cutting a ribbon on our first satellite in our first institute on 3D printing. I think you represent exactly what we sought to achieve several years ago when we set out on this endeavor and this journey by changing the course and the destiny of U.S. manufacturing. For the Department of Defense, our sailors, soldiers, and airmen have long enjoyed technological advantage for decades, unparalleled by others. That technological advantage has been underpinned by a strong U.S. manufacturing competency within our great nation. But decades of erosion have threatened that technological advantage and threatened our national security. And after seeking your input through a series of events across this country, we move forward on establishing a public-private partnership with you on promising cutting-edge technologies to secure our leadership and win in advanced manufacturing. We launched America Makes, our pilot, in 2012 on a promising technology called 3D printing, not just for the Department of Defense, on things like being able to print parts on the battlefield or be able to design new performance characteristics into our fighters that traditional manufacturing can't even begin to touch. But these technologies offer a great civilian promise as well, like the ability to print 3D custom printed composite prosthetics for wounded soldiers coming back, or for a surgeon to be able to scan and print a tumor and be able to explore that before a complex surgery. They hold a host of promising capabilities. And building off America Makes, we move forward from the DoD, and we've launched a Metals Institute in Detroit, a Digital Institute in Chicago. We just announced integrated photonics in the state of New York. All in all, we will have more than $500 million in the Department of Defense in 6 technologies, with 2 more before the end of the year. These institutes are a key investment strategy, not only for our nation, but for the Department of Defense in securing these promising technologies and underpinning manufacturing again in this country. And like these institutes have done at their headquarters in Detroit, Chicago, where they're revitalizing Goose Island and Corktown, areas that have long seen decay, I think this satellite will do the same. It will act as a point of collaboration for the city of El Paso and a beacon of hope, a pipeline for the future to secure the innovations of tomorrow. I'd like to close with a quote from Vince Lombardi. "The price of success is hard work, dedication to the job at hand, and the determination that whether we win or lose, we have applied the best of ourselves to the task at hand." When I look at what we've done within both the DoD-led institutes and the Department of Energy-led institutes, we've marshaled resources from more than 30 states, hundreds of our best industry members, the best of our industry partners that not only are participating within the institute, like Teresa Clements from Raytheon, but also Ralph Resnick, who is leading within the institute. We bring about the best universities and research like what UTEP has to offer in advanced and in additive manufacturing. We're also bringing about the best leaders within the government, like Jennifer Fielding, who has dedicated 3 years of her life to making sure that this institute is successful. That leadership runs from the top of the chain down to the bottom. And I am confident as I look here today that we have set our course with the best of who we are. Thank you.
Wow, some very inspirational words. It is a tremendous honor for me to be before you today as we at UTEP within the WMKEC Center for 3D Innovation celebrate this becoming the first America Makes Satellite Center. Like Congressman O'Rourke, I am a native El Pasoan. I'm a professor of mechanical engineering here at UTEP. I have spent my entire academic career here at UTEP doing my best to make this city a better place for all of us to prosper. Today really is the pinnacle of my career, having Secretary of Commerce Pritzer, Congressman O'Rourke, Director Ratcliff, Ralph Resnick from America Makes, and all my friends from America Makes, President Natalicio, and all of you here to celebrate this event with us. Today's celebration helps legitimize the long journey we have traveled to get here, requiring incredibly strong commitment at UTEP from Dr. Natalicio, but also beyond Dr. Natalicio all the way down to every student who has participated in our activities. It is through this commitment, and especially by our students, that have grown the WMKEC Center for 3D Innovation from a single machine in the year 2000 to the research powerhouse that we are today, as well as boasting to be the #1 university in the world with capabilities in these technologies. That's a mouthful. That's a lot to be celebrating today. Today we celebrate these past accomplishments, but today really marks a new beginning for us as we welcome America Makes into the UTEP family and work hard at accomplishing our collective goals together. We are very much looking forward to working together at expanding our reaches in education and workforce development, research, technology innovation, industrial collaboration, and entrepreneurship. When we started our program in additive manufacturing, all of our students had access to excellent employment opportunities, but not regularly in the 3D printing industry. Today, all of our students have numerous opportunities and are becoming leaders of this very industry. However, all of the opportunities in the 3D printing industry require our students to leave El Paso. As part of this effort, we especially look forward to leveraging this relationship to generate an entirely new and innovative industry in our region built around 3D printing. And I hope to be reporting soon on many of these successes that will have a positive impact on the people of our great city and region. So, with that, please join me in welcoming Secretary Pritzer, Congressman O'Rourke, President Natalicio, Director Ratcliff, and Ralph Resnick from America Makes as we celebrate this ribbon cutting of this partnership. And at the same time, I'm going to ceremoniously put on my pin from America Makes to merge UTEP with America Makes.